Editors Roundtable, and we've of course been talking about all the local stuff, IT and large cap versus small cap, etc. But in a week from now, we'll have the new US president taking over, Donald Trump, 20th January, exactly a week from now. So, in terms of policies, etc., what will he do? I mean, we know tariffs and whatnot. But I thought, why not just address 5 things at a slightly high level, ideological way, what could be the way, what could be the direction, so as to speak, as far as economy and policy, etc., is concerned. Number one is something called US exceptionalism, right? We've kind of spoken about it now, not just this year, but for the last 3-4 years. Because actually, if you look at it, amongst the larger economies, US is the only country which has sort of gone back to its pre-pandemic potential growth rate. It, of course, remains, without China, the only, of course, by far the largest driver for world economic growth. So US exceptionalism, or you want to put it as America first, that has been a big policy push from Donald Trump. I mean, that's essentially what they make America great again. That's been the big, and so much kind of comes under it. But what that means also, of course, for the rest of the world, if America is to become great and America is to come first, somebody else has to come second, third, fourth, and lower down the list. Does it lead to greater global uncertainty? That's one potential implication. Performance gaps between America and the rest of the world, will that widen as they try to juice up growth in the US, maybe at the expense of other geographies? Higher inflation, naturally, because of all these possibly, all of this, and of course, higher for longer interest rates as well, if inflation and prices remain high. Number 2 is the China aspect of it. What will happen when America first meets made in China? And I think it's a slightly broader issue. We don't know what will happen. Donald Trump, of course, said, I'll impose 60% tariffs on China. Will it be 60%? One does not know. But China retaliation also could take a slightly harder line. With this also, of course, means that we are seeing regional trade blocs, military blocs, all kinds of alliances forming. It's a much more fragmented kind of world which is starting to take shape. We've already seen many, and I think we'll see more over the next 4 years or so. America first, of course, means less time and less mind space for the rest of the world in that sense, which at the margin also means less time for conflict. I mean, endless wars, as Donald Trump and others have called it. We may see transactional approaches to solving the Russia-Ukraine war. I mean, give and take, right? I mean, Trump, of course, famously wrote that book, Art of the Deal. And, of course, easing of Middle East tensions as well. The way and approach will be interesting. Europe faces a conundrum, and it really faces a test, because think about it, there is Germany, the largest economy, which no longer really, I mean, there are serious doubts whether that can drive growth. Manufacturing sector in Germany has been in the slump. You look at France, where there is political turmoil. You look at, I mean, actually, remarkably, Italy is the country where there is political stability and some amount of economic stability out of all of those countries. Emerging markets, lastly, right? Number 5, higher for longer interest rates means that inflows perhaps stay away. I mean, money stays home, and home, of course, is the US dollar in the US. Tariff policy drives stronger dollar. We want emerging markets need weaker dollar, not stronger dollar. So I think we'll need to see. And there is also, of course, make in the US, which means make less elsewhere. So what happens to this China plus one, which India, of course, and other countries like Vietnam it's called friend shoring, right? I mean, give manufacturing, help set up manufacturing in countries which are close to you, which are your allies. But now you're talking about bringing manufacturing home in the US. So I think I could go on, but these are just 5 large, broad points under which I think we can expect so much to happen in the coming days and weeks. But Harish,